There was a while ago when Ben Affleck was announced as the new Batman, and the fan outrage was heard by all. More recently, we've seen pictures of him as Batman, and even the most pessimistic hater has to admit it does look pretty awesome. If you went to Comic-Con this year, you even got to see him in his full bat armor get-up, made famous from Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns. To be perfectly honest, that is not what the Comic-Con needed to show. Yes, it all looks very cool, but Zack Snyder is a very visual director. Look at Sucker Punch. The movie is not very good by most every standard. The exception would be its visuals. Visually, the movie is stunning. Hell, an argument could be made that Snyder's worst looking film is Man of Steel with its dark tones and shaky cam. However, even that film has visually stunning moments. It's a safe bet that Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice will also be visually stunning. They didn't need to prove that. It's Snyder's strength as a director. What we need to see was a quiet scene with Affleck as Batman, saying dialogue and telling us that he has the chops to play Batman. Prove to the fans that he has moved on since Daredevil.
I'm not the bad guy. I'm not.
Because the root of the fan hate towards Ben Affleck as Batman comes from Daredevil.
Hey, that light at the end of the tunnel, guess what? That's not heaven. I'm killing you, I'm killing you. That's the C-Train.
A movie that is now 11 years old and not as bad as people make it out to be. In fact, a viewing is recommended if for no other reason than to watch Colin Farrell's scene-chewing performance.
Was that really necessary?
Necessary? No. It was fun.
But that's not what we're here to talk about. See, back when Affleck was announced as Daredevil, many people said he would suck at it. Other people, like me, defended the casting under the blanket of his range not being known yet. And holy shit, we were wrong. Affleck proved to be the worst of the lead actors in Daredevil. He never sounds dark, brooding, or badass like he needs to. At best, he comes off as someone pretending to be those things. At worst, he came off as snarky. And while that was over 10 years ago, he has yet to prove himself as a good actor. He's proved himself as a talented and gifted director, but even his best performance can only be defined as passable. But the core of the reason why many fans can't back him as Batman is because 11 years ago we backed him as Daredevil, and this is what we got. And in the years since then, we've been given no evidence to suggest we'll get any different from Batman. And here's the kicker. We want to be wrong. We want Affleck to go out there and redefine the role of Batman, to go out and make the role his own. But it doesn't look like we'll get this. Note how things like dialogue are easy to put together quickly, yet they did a visual piece at Comic-Con that probably required many hours in post, when a few moments with him reading some lines as Batman would have been easier put together and would have done so much more for the goodwill of the casting. It's almost like they're trying to hide something.
Renee told me to leave you alone, but she's fucking clueless. You see, I like to pick up girls on the rebound from a disappointing relationship. They're more vulnerable, they're much more in need of solace, and they're fairly open to suggestion. And I use that to fuck them someplace fairly uncomfortable.
What, like the back of a Volkswagen?